My precious child, before you rush into another busy day, stay with me for just a little while. Take a slow breath and allow your heart to become still. There are things I want you to remember today, truths that can calm your fears, strengthen your faith, and remind you that you are never walking through life alone. I know the questions that have been quietly living in your heart. I know the prayers you have repeated so many times that you have begun to wonder if anyone in heaven has heard them. I know about the opportunities that slipped away. I know about the relationships that changed. I know about the nights when sleep would not come because your mind was filled with worry. Nothing about your life has escaped my attention. Not one tear has fallen without me seeing it. Not one prayer has disappeared into silence. Not one moment of your faithfulness has been forgotten. Sometimes you look at your situation and think, I have delayed my answer because I do not care. That is not the truth. The truth is that I care far more deeply than you can imagine. I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. I understand the entire journey while you can only see today's small piece of the road. That is why I ask you to trust me. Trust me even when the answers are slow. Trust me even when life feels uncertain. Trust me even when your emotions tell you to give up. Real faith is not built when everything is easy. Real faith grows when you continue walking with me, even before you see the outcome. Remember the many times I have carried you before. There were seasons you thought you would never survive. There were moments when you believed your strength had reached its limit. Yet somehow you kept moving forward. That was not because you were strong enough by yourself. It was because my grace was holding you every single day. My child, I have never abandoned those who place their hope in me. My timing has never been late. It has always been perfect. You may call it a delay. I call it preparation. There are blessings that require a stronger heart. There are responsibilities that require deeper wisdom. There are doors that cannot open until you are ready to walk through them with confidence and humility. If I answered every prayer immediately, you might receive something before you are prepared to protect it. So while you have been waiting, I have also been working. I have been shaping your character, teaching you patience, growing your compassion, strengthening your dependence on me instead of your circumstances. Do not believe the lie that your waiting has been wasted. Every day you have trusted me has been building something inside you that no disappointment can take away. Your faith is becoming stronger. Your spirit is becoming steadier. Your hope is becoming deeper. These are treasures that the world cannot give and cannot remove. Do not compare your journey with someone else's. Comparison only steals the peace I desire to give you. The life I have planned for you is not a copy of another person's story. Your calling is unique. Your purpose is unique. Your journey is unique. So keep your eyes on me instead of measuring your progress against those around you. When you focus on me, you will discover peace that circumstances cannot control. When you trust me, you will find courage for tomorrow. When you remain close to me, fear slowly loses its power over your heart. Today, I'm asking you for one simple thing. Do not quit. Do not stop praying. Do not stop believing that I am still working behind the scenes. The chapter you are living today is not the end of your story. I am still writing it. And what I am preparing will reveal my faithfulness in ways you cannot yet imagine. So lift your eyes. Take my hand. Walk forward one step at a time. I will provide the strength you need for today, the wisdom you need for each decision, and the peace you need for every uncertain moment. You do not have to carry tomorrow. You only need to trust me today. For I am with you. Always. There will be moments when the road ahead feels longer than you expected. You may wonder why progress seems slow while others appear to move ahead with ease. In those moments, remember this: your journey is not behind schedule. It is unfolding according to my perfect wisdom, not according to human expectations. Do not allow temporary disappointment to become a permanent belief about your future. The enemy often whispers that nothing is changing, but I am always working, even when my work cannot yet be seen. A seed buried beneath the soil may appear lifeless, yet it is quietly preparing for new growth. Day after day, unseen roots grow stronger before the first green leaf ever breaks through the ground. Your life is often the same. What seems invisible today is becoming tomorrow's testimony. Do not become discouraged simply because you cannot yet see the full picture. I have never asked you to understand every detail. I have only asked you to trust the one who already knows every detail. Some of the prayers you have prayed are being answered in ways you do not yet recognize. Some closed doors have protected you from pain you never knew existed. Some delays have rescued you from decisions that would have brought unnecessary sorrow. One day you will look back and understand why my answer was, wait. Until then, choose faith instead of fear. Fear imagines the worst. Faith remembers my promises. Fear focuses on what is missing. Faith focuses on my presence. Fear tells you that you are alone. Faith reminds you that I have never left your side. My child, do not underestimate the value of ordinary days. Not every miracle begins with a dramatic moment. Many miracles begin quietly. One faithful prayer, one act of obedience, one decision to forgive, one step of courage. These small moments often become the foundation for extraordinary blessings. Do not despise the season you are living in now. Even this season has purpose. Even this waiting has meaning. Even these unanswered questions are teaching your heart to depend on me more deeply than ever before. I know that sometimes you become tired. I know that hope can feel heavy when answers seem distant. But my strength has never depended on your strength. When you feel weak, come closer to me. When you feel uncertain, seek my wisdom. When you feel overwhelmed, place every burden into my hands. You were never created to carry every weight by yourself. That is why I invite you to come to me again and again. I will never grow tired of hearing your prayers. I will never become impatient with your questions. I will never reject the sincere heart that seeks me. My love for you does not change because of your difficult days. It does not grow weaker when your faith feels small. It does not disappear because you have made mistakes. My love remains constant because my character never changes. So stop measuring my faithfulness by your current circumstances. Instead, remember my promises. Remember how I have carried my people throughout every generation. Remember that I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. The world around you may change. People may disappoint you. Plans may fail, but I will never fail you. Keep your heart open. Keep your eyes lifted. Keep walking one faithful step at a time. The story is not finished. The waiting is not forever. And the purpose I have placed within your life has not been forgotten. Trust me, not because every answer has already arrived, but because I have already gone before you. There are days when your heart grows weary because the answers have not come as quickly as you hoped. You begin to wonder whether your prayers are making any difference. You ask yourself if your faith is strong enough. if your efforts matter, or if the dreams I placed in your heart were ever meant to become reality. Listen to me carefully. Do not judge my work by what you can see today. Many of the greatest things I accomplish begin long before anyone notices them. Just as the sunrise begins before the first light reaches the horizon, my plans for your life are already moving before your eyes can recognize them. Never confuse silence with absence. When you cannot hear my voice clearly, remain close to my word. When your emotions become uncertain, let my truth become your foundation. Feelings may change from one day to another. My promises remain forever. There are people who will misunderstand your journey. Some will question your faith. Others may even tell you to lower your expectations because they cannot imagine what I can accomplish. Do not allow the limits of human thinking to become the limits of your faith. I have always done things that seemed impossible to those who only trusted what they could see. The same God who opened paths where there seemed to be no way has not changed. The same God who brought peace into fearful hearts has not changed. The same God who remained faithful through every generation has not changed. And I have not changed toward you. My love is not based on your performance. It is not measured by your success. It is not earned by your perfection. I loved you before you understood how deeply you needed me. Nothing you face today has the power to separate you from my love. So stop carrying the heavy burden of believing you must earn my acceptance. Walk with me. Trust me. Grow with me. Allow me to shape your heart day by day. Some of the greatest victories in your future will not come because of your own strength. They will come because you learn to depend on mine. That lesson is worth every season of waiting. Do not become impatient with the process. Strong trees are not built in a single day. Deep faith is not formed in a single prayer. Lasting character is not developed without perseverance. Everything I build with wisdom has lasting value. My child, there is still so much ahead of you. Do not let one difficult season convince you that your story is over. The page you are reading today is only one chapter. Keep turning the pages with faith. Keep trusting when you cannot see the ending. Keep choosing hope over fear. Keep speaking words that honor me instead of words that feed discouragement. Every act of faith plants another seed. Every prayer strengthens your relationship with me. Every moment of obedience prepares your heart for what comes next. Even when progress feels slow, do not stop moving forward. One faithful step today is better than standing still because of fear. If you stumble, I will help you rise again. If you become tired, I will renew your strength. If you become uncertain, my wisdom will guide you. I have not called you to walk this journey alone. I walk beside you. I go before you. And my peace is available to you even before your circumstances begin to change. So today, release every fear into my hands. Lay every unanswered question before me. Choose faith once again, not because every problem has disappeared, but because I remain faithful. I was faithful yesterday. I am faithful today, and I will remain faithful tomorrow. Walk forward with confidence. I am leading you one step at a time, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. I know there have been moments when you smiled in front of others, while silently carrying battles that no one else could see. I know there were conversations you never had, because you feared no one would truly understand. I know there were prayers that never left your lips because your heart was too exhausted to find the words. Yet, even then I understood. Before you spoke, I knew your thoughts. Before you cried, I saw your tears. Before you asked for help, my compassion was already reaching toward you. Never believe that you must hide your weakness from me. Bring it to me. Bring your questions. Bring your fears. Bring your disappointments. Bring every broken piece of your heart. I don't turn away from those who come to me with honesty. I welcome them with grace. The world often teaches you to appear strong at all times, but I teach you something different. True strength begins with humility. True peace begins with surrender. True confidence begins when you stop depending only on yourself and begin trusting me completely. You do not need to pretend that everything is fine. I already know where you are hurting, and I also know how I will restore you. Healing is not always immediate. Sometimes it happens quietly, one faithful day at a time, one prayer, one act of forgiveness, one choice to trust again, one decision to keep walking even when your emotions tell you to stop. Never underestimate the power of these small acts of faith. I see every one of them. Nothing done in faith is ever wasted. There are blessings growing that you cannot yet see. There are prayers being answered in ways you have not yet recognized. There are people I am preparing to encourage you. There are opportunities I am arranging beyond your current understanding. There are lessons I am teaching that will become the foundation of your future. That is why I ask you not to lose heart. Keep your eyes fixed on what is eternal instead of what is temporary. Circumstances change, feelings change, opinions change. But my truth remains forever. When the winds of uncertainty begin to blow, let my promises become your anchor. When fear tells you that you are not enough, remember that my grace is sufficient for you. When guilt reminds you of yesterday, remember that my mercy is new every morning. You are not defined by your worst mistake. You are not defined by your greatest disappointment. You are not defined by what others say about you. Your identity is found in my love. Walk in that truth. Live in that truth. Rest in that truth. The future does not belong to fear. It belongs to the one who holds tomorrow in his hands. So do not waste today's peace worrying about problems that have not yet arrived. Receive the strength I give you for this day. Tomorrow will have its own challenges, but tomorrow will also have my presence. Just as I have carried you through every season before, I will carry you again. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not walking alone. I am leading you with wisdom that is greater than your understanding and love that never fails. Take another step. Keep believing. Keep praying. Keep trusting. For my plans for you are always guided by my goodness, my wisdom, and my perfect love. Never allow the noise of this world to become louder than my voice. Every day you are surrounded by opinions, distractions, fears, and expectations. People will tell you who they think you should become. Circumstances will try to convince you that your future is limited by what you see today. Fear will whisper that you have already missed your opportunity. But listen to me instead. I am the author of your story. I have never lost control of your life. Nothing has surprised me. Nothing has interrupted my purpose. Nothing has changed my love for you. Even when life feels uncertain, I remain certain. Even when your path feels unclear, I know every step ahead. That is why I ask you to walk by faith and not by sight. Faith does not ignore reality. Faith simply chooses to trust that my reality is greater than what your eyes can currently see. You may not understand every delay. You may not understand every closed door. You may not understand every difficult season. But one day you will discover that my wisdom protected you in ways you never recognized while you were waiting. Many times you have prayed for immediate answers. Sometimes I answered by changing your circumstances. Other times I answered by changing your heart first. Because a transformed heart is often a greater miracle than a changed situation. Do not be afraid when I begin working inside you before I change what is happening around you. I care about who you are becoming just as much as where you are going. Character will carry you where talent alone never can. Humility will open doors that pride keeps closed. Kindness will heal wounds that anger only deepens. Forgiveness will free your heart long before it changes someone else's. These are not small lessons. These are treasures that will remain with you throughout your life. My child, do not spend so much time worrying about tomorrow that you forget to live faithfully today. This moment matters. The choices you make today matter. The words you speak today matter. The way you treat people today matters. Every act of love reflects my heart. Every act of mercy reflects my character. Every act of obedience brings you closer to the purpose I have prepared for you. There will always be reasons to become discouraged, but there will always be greater reasons to keep trusting me. When your strength becomes small, my strength remains unlimited. When your wisdom reaches its limit, mine never does. When your hope begins to fade, my promises remain as secure as they have always been. So lift your eyes again. Do not keep staring at what has been lost. Look toward what I am still creating. The best chapters of your story are not behind you. They are still being written. I am opening doors that no person can close. I am arranging moments you could never plan by yourself. I am preparing conversations that will encourage you. I am placing opportunities in your path at exactly the right time. Trust my timing. Trust my wisdom. Trust my heart. You do not have to understand everything in order to believe that I am good. You only need to remember who has been walking beside you from the very beginning. And I have never failed you, not once. I will continue leading you with love, surrounding you with grace, and strengthening you for every step ahead. So, be at peace. Walk forward with confidence. Your future remains safely in my hands. As you continue walking through this season, guard your heart carefully. Not every voice deserves your attention, and not every opinion deserves a place in your mind. Many people speak from their own fears, disappointments, or limited understanding. But I invite you to listen to my truth above every other voice. When my truth fills your heart, fear begins to lose its power. When my promises become your foundation, uncertainty no longer controls your future. Do not spend your days wondering whether I still care for you. Look at the countless ways I have already cared for you. The breath in your lungs, the strength to rise each morning, the people who have encouraged you, the lessons you have learned, the doors I have opened, even the doors I have lovingly kept closed. Every one of these has been evidence of my faithful presence. Gratitude changes the way you see your life. Instead of focusing only on what is missing, begin noticing what I have already provided. A thankful heart recognizes my goodness even during difficult seasons. Contentment does not mean giving up on your dreams. It means trusting that my goodness is present even while you continue waiting. Do not allow disappointment to harden your heart. A hardened heart struggles to recognize hope. Keep your heart soft. Stay teachable. Remain humble. Continue seeking my wisdom every day. The closer you walk with me, the more clearly you will recognize my direction. Sometimes I guide you by opening a door. Sometimes I guide you by closing one. Sometimes I guide you through peaceful assurance. Other times I guide you by patiently teaching you to wait. Every form of my guidance comes from love. Never mistake my protection for rejection. Some opportunities seem attractive only because you cannot yet see where they lead. But I see every outcome before the journey even begins. That is why you can safely place your future into my hands. You do not have to control every detail. You do not have to solve every problem today. You do not have to carry tomorrow's burden before tomorrow arrives. Receive today's grace. Live faithfully today. Love faithfully today. Forgive freely today. Serve others with joy today. These simple acts of obedience prepare your heart for everything I have ahead. Remember this as well. The greatest victories are not always the ones the world celebrates. Sometimes the greatest victory is choosing peace instead of bitterness, choosing forgiveness instead of revenge, choosing hope instead of despair, choosing faith instead of fear. These victories may seem invisible to others, but they are precious in my sight. I see every decision made out of love. I see every sacrifice made in obedience. I see every quiet prayer offered with sincere faith. Nothing done for my glory is ever forgotten. One day you will understand how even the smallest acts of faith became part of a much greater story. Until then, walk with confidence, not because the road is easy, but because you never walk it alone. I go before you. I remain beside you, and my faithful love will continue carrying you through every season, every challenge, and every new beginning that lies ahead. Rest in that promise today. As this time together comes to a close, I want you to remember one truth above all else. You are not walking into an uncertain future alone. I am already there. Before tomorrow arrives, I am already preparing the grace you will need. Before a challenge appears, I already know the way through it. Before a prayer leaves your lips, I already understand your heart. Nothing catches me by surprise. So let your heart rest. Release the pressure of believing that everything depends on you. You were never created to carry the weight of the world upon your shoulders. You were created to walk with me, day by day, step by step, moment by moment. Whenever fear begins to speak, answer it with my promises. Whenever doubt tries to grow, return to my truth. Whenever discouragement whispers that nothing will ever change, remember my faithfulness throughout your life. Look back for a moment. There were seasons you thought would never end, yet I carried you through them. There were burdens you believed were too heavy, yet I gave you strength to keep moving. There were prayers you thought had no answer, yet in time, you discovered my wisdom in ways you could never have planned. The same God who was faithful then remains faithful now. I do not change. My love does not fade. My mercy does not run out. My grace does not become exhausted. Every morning my compassion is new. Every day my presence is available. Every moment my peace is offered to those who trust me. So stop allowing yesterday's disappointments to define today's expectations. Today is a new opportunity to trust me again. Today is another chance to choose hope over fear. Today is another reminder that your story is still being written. Do not allow temporary pain to convince you that my purpose has disappeared. I finish what I begin, and the good work I have started in your life will continue as you faithfully walk with me. Stay close to my word. Let it shape your thinking. Let it strengthen your heart. Let it guide your decisions. The more deeply my truth fills your life, the less room fear will have to remain. Spend time in prayer, not because I need to hear your voice, but because your heart grows stronger every time you draw near to me. Speak with me honestly. Thank me sincerely. Trust me completely. You never need impressive words. You only need a willing heart. My child, I smile when I see your faith growing, even through difficult seasons. I rejoice when you choose forgiveness instead of resentment. I delight when you encourage someone who is struggling. These quiet acts of faith reflect my heart more than you realize. Continue living with kindness. Continue serving with humility. Continue loving with patience. Continue trusting my timing. The world measures success by achievements. I also look at faithfulness. Remain faithful. The harvest always comes after the season of planting. The sunrise always follows the darkest night. Hope always has the final word for those who place their confidence in me. So lift your head. Walk forward with courage. Face tomorrow with peace. Not because life will always be easy, but because I will always be with you. May my peace guard your heart. May my wisdom guide your steps. May my love remind you every day that you are never forgotten. Walk in faith. Rest in hope. Remain in my love. Amen.